Hey guys, this is Pete Hartnett from Tulip coming to you with another quick tip. I'm going to show you guys how to actually filter an analytic within an app based on an app variable. This is super powerful and there's a tons of different ways you can do it. I've got one example use case where basically we've got a table of work instructions and each of those work instructions has a category or a department that they're associated with. And I made just a quick app here to actually, filter that information. So you can see on the left side we've got kind of the total data set and the y-axis label essentially is the number of work instructions in that category. So you can see the general category has 4 work instructions, whereas installation only has 3. On the right side, we can actually filter that by department. So if I said quality, we're automatically filtering and taking this analytic and removing everything that isn't quality. So like I said, there's tons of different ways you could use this, but I'll kind of show you the bones of how this works. It's really pretty straightforward. So if we hop over to our app builder, this is the step we're looking on. I've got a blank step here and we'll start from that and I'll kind of show you how to build this real quick. So the first thing we need to do is actually build our analytic. So if you click embedded and analysis, there's 2 options here. The top one to create an analysis will have some limitations on it. Primarily, you can only interface with the app data. You can't interface with table data. Instead, I'm going to do select from existing. And now you can see on the left side, we could use app data, we could use table data, we could use machine data. In this case, we want to do table data, and we want to do based on that work instruction table. You can see a couple examples where I've built this, but we'll create a new one from scratch just so you can see that process. And we can choose what chart type. In this case, I'm going to choose one operation that looks like about what I want. I want each of the departments and then how the total count. So you can see by default, it's just going to pick something as far as what your X and Y axis are associated with. On the left side, we can adjust that. So right now it's showing each of your IDs on the X axis. We want to change that. If we check table fields and click department, now it's showing each of your departments. So the six departments that we have in the underlying table. On the y-axis, again, it's just picking some random number. Instead, we're going to change this, and we're going to change it to an aggregate function. And we're going to select count where true. Then we'll select any of these departments, and we're just going to basically check and see if it's blank. So if it's not, null, essentially. And like I said, there's, a million different ways to do this sort of thing. And that looks like about what we want for showing all the orders. Awesome. So we'll click Save and Close. So we've got our analytic for all departments. And we can just go ahead and copy and paste this guy. And we want to make a version of this that's basically dynamic. So we can add input so they can fill in their department. You could also use, something like a multi-select. Any of these different input types, a multi-select would be a pretty decent use case. So for that input, we need to tie it to a variable, and we'll make a variable called selected department, and we'll create selected department, and it'll be text, and we'll create that guy. Okay, so now into this analytic, if you look in this filter tab, we can do a ton of stuff as far as filtering this analytic. So we'll add a filter, and we're basically going to look for when the department equals our variable, and our variable is selected department. And we'll click save. I'm going to take this app, make the background a little bit prettier, so it should make it easier for us to see our input. And we should be good to go test this guy. So if I click run here, it's going to ask if I want to leave the site. That's totally fine. If we hop back into our app, so if we wrote logistics, you can see it's automatically filtering based on that variable. I hope this helps, guys. Thank you.